Hi guys, Jeanine here. And you guessed it, what I have today is fresh tomato sauce from grape tomatoes. Okay. This is the time to make them for me because it was buy one, get one at Publix. You can't beat that deal. These are great. And they say there's so many varieties of these on the market. These are called Angel Sweet. We'll see how sweet Angel is. I've made this in the past, and as many people claim that they're the sweet, they're this, they're that, what they are is the most natural tomato sauce you can ever make. That's hands down the reasoning. Now, it goes fairly quick. I'm going to put some fresh garlic. I'm going to chop some up here. And I'll tell you, okay, of course, my big knife is not working. I need my little knife, my paring knife, which I should know better, right? It's a quiet morning here. Not doing much. I didn't do my walk. Well, you know, it's right up there with not watching my carbs, getting ready for pasta tonight. Oh, it's a nasty one. Okay. This goes fast, guys. You'll be amazed, and I won't keep it the whole time through because nobody wants to see you peel garlic and do the boring stuff. I always try to have my mise en place, meaning on the ready, which always is a big help because people like to see you get right to it, right? I know I do when I watch other people cook. I'm like, come on already. Stop talking. But this is a story talking recipe channel. I'm never going to stop that. So if you don't like to hear me talk, scroll by. I have never said that before, but there's nothing I could do. It makes it interesting to me, and it relaxes me while I'm going through a recipe. I hope you enjoy it. I try to keep it food related. Everything I'm saying. It's not like I said last week I went to the movies and I saw this or that. No, I'm not about that. I'm about trying to share and give everything I got in my pocket for ideas and tips and tricks and things I've learned, because I tell you, a few of them I'm going to tell you right here and now with this style of tomato. It's all over the internet. Everybody on YouTube makes it. Everybody wants to claim it's so simple and it's the best and it's the freshest you'll ever get. And it is fresh, but no two tomatoes are the same. No tomatoes are all alike. There's grape tomatoes, there's cherry tomatoes, there's tomatoes from other countries, there's other states. I've made this several times and stopped for a while, and I'll tell you why. Because they weren't sweet enough. I found them tart, and there's that whole debate. I'm going to put some fresh olive oil here. You want to use the best olive oil because this is your sauce. It's just the three items: the tomatoes, the olive oil, and the garlic. So you want the very best because you want it to taste the very best. And be liberal. Don't think that you have too much oil because you can never have too much. Think Mediterranean diet. Think good skin. Olive oil. All right, see? I'm not being cheap here. I'm telling you. That is the sauce. Okay. Now we're going to do something I don't normally do. I slice this way for this recipe. I think it's the preferred method to extrude all the flavor. Okay, and these are nice big pieces here. Let me use the smaller knife, guys. Okay, what is the other thing I want to say about it? Okay, I am not going to do some fancy boiling water and pasta on the side here to show you how I pop it in and toss it. I think you all know how to pick the pasta of your choice. Toss the pasta you love. This can be made with any pasta. You could do penne, you could do short pasta, you could do spaghetti, linguine, capellini, angel hair. I was going to throw on some angel hair, but it's early, and I'm not hungry and I'm not going to eat. So now that's this next best thing. You think you can't keep this sauce and you can't store it, but you're not thinking like that because everybody presents it in a fresh, ready to eat now. And I even see that. It's always presented like, let's go. Not necessary. All sauce could be saved. All sauce could be put aside so you decide. No biggie. Okay? I haven't decided how I want to have it tonight. Okay, so we got our garlic in, right? Now this just has to saute a second or two while it gets aromatic because it's going to continue to cook with the tomatoes and flavor them further. What I was about to say and get to is there's that whole debate on adding the sugar or not. Here's the deal. For me and what I understand, I'm by no means preaching. You know, I'm self-taught. I've just been doing this a really long time and watching a really good amount of chefs and people cook and talk about all the recipes I do and have a lot to say about. Sometimes I have more to say. This is something, like I said, If you're using canned tomatoes, the good ones are sweet. If you spend a lot of money, I've noticed and I've seen it. Now with these, you really can't control. They're not coming out of a can where we can taste them and say, oh yeah, they really are sweet when they're finished. You gotta wait till they're finished to taste them. But my suggestion is go along as you're doing them and see if they taste sweet enough for you. If not, add a little red wine. You could put some sugar. It's the sugar that balances the sour, okay? That's all it does. When we're ready, we have fresh basil to end with, but this is it. You just put your oil in a pan. I cut them. That's the other thing I wanted to say. You see a lot of people just throwing them in and wait until they squish down. Cutting them helps them do it faster and makes them release more of their juice easier. For me, in my experience, okay? They don't take long. The minute they extrude enough juices for you and you feel you have it into a sauce, again, it's a preference thing. Some people like it very rustic, where, you know, they'll cook them for 5 minutes and then just toss them with a pasta. The other good thing is that this could be eaten hot or cold. Okay, I've made it once as a cold Italian pasta salad, just tomato, garlic, basil, and this. Yeah, the mozzarella balls, and it's called a caprese pasta salad. That's another idea. Okay, me, as I said, I'm going to be saving it. So for me, it's going to do into a sauce, and then I'm going to decide. I might cut it in half. These are all the ideas, guys. If you're like us, I can't waste a pound of pasta. And I usually, like, if I were to do the pasta for you now and show you this fully through the end to the end with pasta, I'd have to give it away, or, you know, save half for me and Vin for dinner and then give the other half away. Because fresh pasta like this, I wouldn't save it. But the sauce alone, yes. Then I could put it in pizza. I could put it in a soup. I could put it on a sandwich, roasted on top of some turkey breast or something. Lots of ideas. And I'll always put that in my description. I hope you guys are reading the recipe descriptions, because that's where I think that I chatter on the most and show you how much I love to write and talk. That's why you never get a simple thank you comment from me. I know all my subscribers and my friends out there, when you say, oh, Jeanine, great recipe, this and that, I don't just say thanks. Oh, thank you for watching, it's good, and did you see the other video, and did you try it this way? I go on. I have to learn to stop that. I think you're not supposed, and I don't know if there's a ruling on it, but I don't see any of the content creators giving these long-winded responses. And then I have some people that I consider my friends out there, like, hi, Linda B from Easy Cooking with Linda B, Viola, Baked and Cooked Goodies, who else? Diana and me. If you see some of our comments on recipes, me and Diana go back and forth. She's telling me she tried something or has to add an idea to me. I love it. I love it. I love more when you guys talk more to me than I chatter on. If you ever want to hear me talk, join in, because it's going to be happening. See, they're cooking, generating juice, and now we're going to have to start raising the heat and helping them out. I try to go lower today so that you can see better. See? They're generating their sauce. Okay, they'll be ready in about 5 minutes, guys. I'm not going to keep you long, but it is a good training marathon, because what I was about to say is I'm going to go live. I'm going to do the Q&A the 22nd, I believe. It's a Wednesday, 8 o'clock at night. I picked that time and day because I feel it's out of the way for people that have plans, unlike me, that aren't sitting home or have nothing else to do on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. That was the reasoning. And I just think it'll be fun. I'll do a half hour or up to an hour. If I don't have a lot of people, but I have a few people and you want to chat with me and ask a ton of questions, I'm going to stay there and do it. Okay? And that's going to be a lot of fun. And you'll really get to ask me anything you want. It's something that I'm doing for the first time in my life. Other than sitting here talking. And like I said in another recipe video, it's one thing to sit here and tell you, okay, chop your tomatoes in half, use 4 cloves of garlic and slice it or dice it or crush it and saute for 20 minutes. When you see the sauce generating and coming thicker and becoming a sauce that you can toss with pasta, I would say that's the time to season. See what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to talk about stuff you know like that when you're prepared. I'm preparing what I'm going to say. Now, if somebody asks me something I've never been asked before and I'm unprepared for it, you're going to get the raw me, the real answer. Because it's live is live. There is no, bye cameraman. Cameraman's leaving behind the screen there. Text me when you're close. See, now it's getting thicker, okay? You can see that now. They're cooking down more. They're getting thicker. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to taste it a little bit like I suggested you do. Let me get a little wine in here also. That's something I do. You don't see them on camera. Some cooks do it, some don't. And everybody always says, if you have kids or if you don't want any wine or whatsoever, or if you have a dietary issue that you can't have it, a lot of people don't put it. Let me get some. Okay guys, this is real carb behaving. You see this? They were on sale yesterday. I love my Cab, and I think I've said that, my Cabernet. I had one glass before bed. That's discipline that I usually don't have. We're going to put a splash of that in, okay, because I love it. And that will sweeten it up a bit. But I always like to put, I'm sorry, I have to add a little sugar to mine. I know it without even trying. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper, a little bit of crushed pepper. We're going to put a little bit of kosher salt. You know, I always use my kosher salt, okay? And I'm going to taste it, and I am going to add a little bit of the sugar. There's another thing they say you can add in Italy. They do bicarbonate, which I think is baking soda. Do the research for it. I'm not sure. If I find it, I'll put it in with the directions, what exactly it is. It's like baking soda, a natural neutralizer for acids, okay? But the alternative is a sweet will balance an acid. I used vermouth in my, sweet vermouth in my marinara when I did the film for that. And it worked out lovely. Really, really lovely. Again, the chunkiness is up to you. How chunky you want this. For me, I'm going to call this a wrap and say that's enough because you want some of that chunkiness. Now I'm going to taste it for sweetness. And then I'm going to say ciao and make the recipe later today with some pasta. There's endless choices. I only have 4 out here. I have 52 in the cupboard. You just know that. I'm going to burn myself on sauce. I eat hot meat. See guys, I suggest when you make this, get your very sweetest cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, but taste it. I find it very tart even with the addition of the wine. I don't give you no baloney here. I tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. No pun intended. I put the sugar. It takes that tart bite out for me. I don't like it. And, you know, sweetest sauce is more to the Sicilian side. I had a Sicilian, my first mother-in-law was Sicilian, and I loved her sauce because it never was tart. It was always not like sugary sweet. People misunderstand. It's not like that. It's just simply delicious. It's a sweeter than tartar. That's all. So she's done here, guys. Okay? Got fresh garlic. Wait. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to shut off the fire. I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to put, because I went through the trouble of buying it, and I love it, and I'm always going on and telling everybody how excited I am to have the fresh basil here. And we'll toss some in. The smell of this is outrageous. And like I said, if I decide, this is what's best about what I always try to share with you, options. If I decide, what could happen if I couldn't make the pasta and I had a little emergency to run out to get something, to see somebody, to go somewhere. I was like, all right, shut it off, put it aside on the counter, and it sits, it stays. You chill it, you freeze it, you make whatever you want with it. But this is that ready-made, fresh pasta sauce everyone loves to make. Takes about 20 minutes total, and you're never going to get anything fresher. Absolutely beautiful. No jar, no can compete with this. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you to all my subscribers. And if you're new and you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.